Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationships, where we have an excellent example on why you should never be the rebound. Let's begin. I got a random text saying my wife is cheating on me, posted by Reddit user ThrowRA going mental.
Hello, good people of Reddit. According to one of my work colleagues, I can get some advice from random strangers here, as I can't really trust anyone I know. So let's give this a try. First, a little about the current situation. I'm a 38 male and my wife is 35. We have been married for 6 years now, and so far things seem good to me. We both have stable careers, good communication, great sex life, and so on. Sure, we both have our rough patches and we both have to work longer hours some weeks. Overall, things seem pretty good. So imagine my shock when 2 days ago, I got a text from a random number telling me my wife is cheating on me. There is a photo included which shows my wife with another as they walk hand in hand into a hotel, and another photo of them sharing a kiss out front of the same hotel. This has come out of left field for me. My wife doesn't show any signs of cheating on me, but I can't deny these photos. The text asked me to call if I wanted more info, so obviously I did. I was shocked as to what I found out. On the call was a lady I will call Lily. She claims to be the wife of the man my wife is cheating with. She has been suspicious of her husband, let's call him Derek. She explains she has been convinced Derek has been cheating on her for over a year now. She has the photos she sent me, but will need some more concrete proof and thought I also deserve to know. She has asked me to help get proof of Derek and my wife and the infidelity they have caused. I'm not sure what to make of this. She has asked me not to tell my wife. For reference, we'll call my wife Sandra. Lily said I can call her back with an answer as this info dump is going to overwhelm me. I'm a mess and I'm finding it hard to do things together around my wife. She knows something is wrong as she has asked what is going on. So far she thinks I'm going through a rough time at work and I need some space to settle down. I'd normally never lie to Sandra like this, but these are difficult times. So the million-dollar question is, what the heck should I do now? I just can't imagine Sandra doing this to me, to us. She'd never kiss another man, let alone have sex with him. I'm taking the next week off work and telling Sandra I'm going on an emergency trip for work. So at this moment I'm a man whose world is collapsing around sitting in a hotel room wondering what to do next. TLDR, I got a random phone call to say my wife is cheating on me and I got no idea what to do now.
OP, you kept saying that your wife will never do this to you, but you have photographic evidence that she's kissing another man and that she's holding hands with him going inside a hotel. Stop with your denial and stop feeling sorry for yourself. There will be time to grieve later. For now, you need to look into this more. Hire a private investigator if you must. Then go talk to a lawyer to see what your options are. If your wife is indeed cheating on you, you need to divorce her and to expose her. Don't even think of taking her back like a spineless coward. And now for today's second story. My wife just confessed to cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend 1 month into us being exclusive. We've been together for 13 years. Posted by Reddit user Unique Yak.
My wife have been together for 13 years, married for 10. We have 3 kids. This all just came out over the weekend and I've been a wreck. I'm not sure how to handle this. My wife was 24 when we met. I was 22. When we met, we were both in school and she was in a relationship with her boyfriend at the time. They had been together for 5 years. We became friends through school and had to work on a few assignments together. Everything was very platonic. I remember asking about her boyfriend and she explained to me that they had been together since she was 19, so together for 5 years, but she felt like the relationship was over. They weren't intimate much and he was somewhat emotionally abusive. He dictated her outfits, told her she was too fat, she wasn't, and always showed her other women and how he'd rather be with them. He even cheated on her a few times and was openly dating other women near the end of their relationship. She called me one day, as a friend, to complain about what was going on. She told me that he had told her he wanted to explore other women and felt like they should break up. She was pretty upset. I took her out for lunch and basically just listened to her and supported her as a friend. The next week, she called me again, this time to let me know that he had dumped her and he was moving out of the house they shared. I was a young dude and thought, hey perfect, I'll be a rebound and try to get with her. Shitty on my part, but as a 22-year-old guy I didn't care. I took her out for dinner and we started having regular dates. They still lived together, and our conversations were heavily centered around her breakup and the drama it entailed. I'd pick her up from their house and we'd go hang out. This went on for a few weeks, and we ended up sleeping together one night when I brought her back to my place. After that, I really started to develop feelings. Knowing I really liked her, I asked her to be my girlfriend. She was still living with her ex, as he hadn't moved out yet. So now, I was dating a girl exclusively that still lived with her ex-boyfriend. I trusted her that nothing was going on and the relationship was dead. She seemed to really hate him. For timeline purposes, I'll reiterate that they broke up, and 1 month later I asked her to be my exclusive girlfriend. We continued being all about each other, and I was there to support her as she kicked him out. He ended up moving out a few weeks later when he finally found his own place. At this point, it was nice to know he was fully moved out, and so we started to feel like we were in a real relationship without any other drama of her ex. A week later, which was about a month of us being exclusive, I had planned a date night for us. We were supposed to meet at 7 p.m. at a restaurant in town. I texted her an hour before and didn't hear back. I tried calling, but no answer. I ended up driving over to her place and she wasn't home. I started to worry, but there wasn't anything I could do. She ended up calling me at 11 p.m. that night, apologizing profusely because she had been at a friend's house studying for finals and had left her phone in the car. She said she totally forgot about our date and felt terrible. I told her it was okay and didn't think too much about it. I trusted her. Everything went on as normal. A week later, her ex-boyfriend started harassing her, calling her nonstop. She said that she told him to leave her alone and that he wanted her back, but she didn't want to be with him. It actually got to a point that he'd sit outside her house for hours at a time. I was over there one day and she called the police when he showed up. She ended up filing a restraining order against him and we never heard from him again. About a year later, we had some drinks and she let it slip that she was actually over at his house the night she claimed to be studying and left her phone. She apologized profusely and told me that his mom was in town and she was trying to help him get her back. She agreed to have dinner with both of them and talk about their relationship. She was very close to his mom, so she agreed to meet them out for dinner to just talk. She said that after dinner, she went back to his new place with his mom and the three of them continued talking. She said it got late, and she stayed the night instead of driving home. I was obviously upset about the whole thing, but she said she had explained to him that she no longer wanted to be in a relationship with him and had moved on. She said nothing happened. Several times over the next several years, I pressed her about that night. I felt very insecure about it. Every time I asked her if she cheated on me, she said she didn't. She said that she just went over there to talk and fell asleep after she called me. She said she felt terrible lying, but was feeling bad about everything and was so fresh out of her breakup that she didn't know how to handle it. But she stayed firm in her claim that she had never cheated on me. We ended up getting married and having 3 kids. This past weekend, I pressed her one last time about that evening. I told her something wasn't sitting right with me after all these years. It randomly popped into my head and I asked her one more time, what really happened that night? I'm not sure if I believe you or your story. It just doesn't make sense. She broke down crying and I knew. She explained to me that she never wanted to tell me the truth. She said she did go over to his house with him and his mom, but his mom ended up leaving and they sat and talked about their relationship. She said that one thing led to another and they ended up having sex on the sofa. She said she was confused about her feelings, being 2 months out of her 5-year relationship with him and dating me. She said that she hadn't processed the ending of that relationship and was confused about what she wanted, as he had dumped her but was then begging for her back. She told me they had sex, then she called me as I was calling her nonstop worried about her, and she ended up staying the night there and went home in the morning. After that, she told him that she didn't want to get back with him and they needed to stay apart. I know it all stopped, because very clearly she was avoiding him and went as far as getting a restraining order against him in the following weeks. But now here I sit, feeling shattered. She confessed to lying to me for the past 13 years and had been gaslighting me. Every time I asked her about that night, she denied anything inappropriate happening. I started to feel crazy and insecure and had accepted that I was just losing my mind. But now I know that she did cheat on me that night. I suppose I can make excuses for her, telling myself that I began dating a girl who had just been dumped by a guy she was with for 5 years, accepting that I was a rebound, and she was even still living with him in the beginning. I believe her that she hasn't cheated any other time, and there was just an overlap in her relationship with him and myself. That being said, I'm still severely hurt by the lie and I'm feeling very confused about how to feel about this. We've been together for 13 years, we have 3 kids, and we've had an otherwise great relationship. This new information is all so much. I'm even considering divorce here. After 13 years, finding out that she cheated on me during our first month of being exclusive and then lied to me about it this whole time, I'm a wreck. I know I need to process this before I take any action, but I wanted to share it on Reddit for some perspective and clarity. She's been apologizing profusely and had reassured me over and over that she feels terrible, and that she only lied because she knew it would never happen again. Knew she wanted to be completely done with that relationship after that night, and was just confused in the beginning, transitioning from a 5-year relationship with him to a new relationship with me. She understands why I'm devastated. She also keeps reminding me that she was young, hurt, confused, and didn't know what she wanted until after that night when she realized she wanted to be completely done with him. I'm certain she hasn't stepped out on our relationship any other time. If I were to ever question anything, it would have been that one night where she disappeared and I didn't know where she was. After that, I always knew where she was, who she was with, and I've never had any reason to suspect anything was wrong. Do I need to slow down and work on forgiving her, or does this sound divorce-worthy? I love her with everything I have, and we've built a family and life together, but this is the hardest thing I've ever had to learn. TLDR, after 13 years, my wife confessed to cheating on me with her recent ex-boyfriend of 5 years, 1 month into us exclusively dating. I don't know what to do.
OP, for 13 years, she had lied to your face, and you didn't know any better. And now you're convinced that she never cheated on you after that? How could you know? You were fucking clueless for well over a decade, OP. I'm not sure what you expected to happen here. She literally just broken up with her boyfriend less than a month before you tried getting in her pants. You yourself said that you were happy to slip in as a rebound and that you know what you did was shitty. To be honest, you're both assholes. So please, please don't get a divorce because you deserve each other. I feel sorry for your kids, though. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.